Maniacal reader. Today I'm doing my final Pretty Little Liars review, and I'm discussing the last arc in the series, books 13 to 16. The first book is obviously crushed. It's confirmed that A is more than one person in this book, and the girls try to do some detective work in order to stay one step ahead of A. The reader learns some interesting things about Noel Kahn in this book. They learn that Noel was in love with Allie and that he knew about the twins. This is a complete shock to Arya, and it leads the other girls to believe that Noel is A. The ending of this book completely shocked me, and I remember saying, "Oh my God," 3 times when I finally read the last page. I gave this book 4 stars because the A storyline in this book was paramount and I could not stop reading. I really liked this book and the new information that the girls learn about Noel and just the drama that unfolds because of that in Arya and Noel's relationship. The next book is Deadly, book 14 in the series. I gave this book 5 stars because the A storyline was just incredible. The reader learns that Nick Maxwell is Allie's boyfriend and he is revealed to be Helper A. Each of the girls know Nick as someone else. Allie and her boyfriend lure the girls into this house. Allie tries to kill him with a gun. I was on the edge of my seat during this scene and I was just completely shocked. I didn't expect such a huge reveal or a huge plot twist to happen this late in the series. So I was like, oh my God, I definitely loved this book so much. That's why I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. And it's definitely one of my favorites in the series for sure. The second last book in the series is Toxic. I gave this book 2 stars because it didn't really intrigue me at all. It's now the summer after Deadly, and the girls are not together at this time. Some of the girls are in summer school. Hannah gets the opportunity to work on a film about her life and all of Allie's harassing. So she acts in this movie. But because nothing much happened in this book and because Hannah was acting in a movie, it felt like I was in an alternate universe other than the Pretty Little Liars series, and to me it just didn't really fit that well at all. So that's why I gave this book 2 stars. The final book in the series is Vicious. I gave this book 3 stars because the pacing in this book was slow, but I understand the author's need to just go slow and sort of build up anticipation into the end of this book. There are a lot of plot twists I enjoyed, but since it dragged on in the beginning, I gave it 3 stars. However, I did enjoy the ending of this book, and I especially liked the twist around Emily. Now that I'm finished talking about the series, I just wanted to point out some favorites. Wanted, the 8th book in the series, which is in the second arc of the series. Allie's Pretty Little Lies, which is the companion book to the series that was published after her book 8, and it reveals some information around Allie's disappearance and the relationship that she had with her twin sister Courtney, and more about their relationship. I would also choose Crushed, since I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This book, as I've just said, primarily focused around the A storyline, and the ending was definitely one of my favorites. My last favorite would be Deadly, since this book also primarily focused on the A storyline. The ending just completely shocked me and I basically flipped my lid. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. because it was just so good. My favorite for an individual storyline would have to be Ruthless, because I really enjoyed Spencer's storyline. My favorite character in the series would have to be Spencer, because she is the character that I relate to the most since she is a high achiever in school. And I really just liked the complicated nature of her family dynamics throughout the series. My favorite relationship in the series would have to be Mike and Hannah. Yes, this couple had their problems from time to time, but they really stuck together even in difficult times. Hannah and Mike's relationship seemed to be the most genuine to me, and I found that the other relationships in the series were just too dramatic, particularly Arya and Noelle's relationship. It seemed that they couldn't decide whether they wanted to be together, and it seemed to me like at different points in the series they were just fighting too much. Personally, I would have wanted them to end up apart at the end of the series. I just didn't really think they were a good match for each other. I didn't really like the ups and downs of their relationship. It just seemed way too over the top for me. I didn't really like any of Emily's relationships throughout the series. I didn't really connect with any of them. It was nice to see her character in the series though, especially near the end. Lastly, even though I did like Spencer as a character alone, I didn't really like any of her relationships, to be honest. None of her relationships stuck out for me. I didn't really like the surprise return of one of her old relationships, and I just think it would have been better if she would have ended up single at the end of the series. I would have been okay with that. Overall, the Pretty Little Liars series was a great read for me. I definitely think all of the arcs in the series are worth the read, so you get the full effect of all of the characters and all of the things that they go through. Before the Pretty Little Liars series, I had never read a YA contemporary mystery series, and I just have to applaud Sarah Shepard at how intricately she can work with a plot and create all sorts of twists and turns. I was also amazed and astounded by how in-depth the character of Ali De Laurentiis was. She is the backbone of this series, even though we don't get to see much of Ali up front in the series. He is a character all on her own and really is a serious and very influential cornerstone in the series. That's the end of all of my Pretty Little Liars reviews. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!